So today I'm going to show you two different styles of curls. So there's a lot of different curling techniques that we can do out there that achieves a lot of different looks. So I thought I'd compare two similar but a little bit different using the same curling iron so you can kind of see the difference between the two. So I've already set her hair, and this is a great way to get a bride or a bridesmaid to have their hair last for a long time. So typically if I have a bride who wants to have her hair all down for her wedding, I will do a set like this and let it sit while I do the rest of the wedding party and then come back and take it out at the very end. That way it's had enough time to really form and the curls are going to last a lot longer. So I have one half of the head that is curled in one way and then the other half of the head that's curled in another. So I'm going to show you how I did it and then we're going to take them out and you can kind of see the difference in the two different looks. Okay, so on this side, this is a more traditional curl. So we're talking your regular curling iron, and I'm going to take one out at the bottom and show you. So all I did with each of these sections is I hairsprayed it all first, and then I comb each section out before I curl it. So I'll take one section and then comb it, and then go through and curl it. So for this side, I'm curling the traditional way, meaning I'm taking the curling iron and I'm just wrapping it up. And the reason that I wrap it up halfway and go to the scalp like this is because then it's going to get nice and hot right up here by the scalp rather than starting at the bottom and rolling. If I do that, then the most heat is going to be at the very ends of the hair and not at the top, and you risk having the hair be flat and then just curly at the bottom. So I'm rolling it in this way, and then what I'm going to do is let it fall into my hand and not let it unwind completely, and that way it doesn't lose any heat and you're going to get the maximum amount of curl to hold. And then I'm just going to roll it and pin it. So that's the way that I curled each of these sections, starting at the very top. I want her to have some volume at the top, so that's why I did it kind of up and away from her face right there, rather than pulling the curl out towards me. I pulled the curl up. I did that for both of these sections, and then I just worked all the way down to the bottom. And so what I want on this side is to have some big soft curls that are just really beautiful and really classic. Okay, so now for this side, what I did is a little bit different. I used the clipless way of my curling iron. So this curling iron actually is by Harry Josh is the brand, and I can take the clip off if I unlock it. So what I'm taking the clip off for is so I can wrap the hair around the curling iron rather than roll it up. And you don't have to use a clipless iron. You could wrap around with the clip on, but this doesn't get quite as hot as the rest of it does. And so I like to have the clip off because I think I get the max amount of heat, and it's a little bit easier to maneuver too. So I'm taking this off. And what I did here, I'll undo a curl here, is I combed each section through before I curled it. I'm starting mid to the top of the hair, and what I'm going to do is wrap the hair around, but as I wrap, I'm twisting. So I'm going under, I'm twisting the hair around like that, coming up towards me and twisting, coming up and twisting. So you're twisting with every turn, and then you're going to hold it so it gets a lot of heat. And then the same technique, I'm sliding it off, and then I'm going to pin it. And this way, you're going to get a little bit of a different of a curl formation. Now the tighter you twist, the more distinct waves you're going to get here. So if you really twist it every time you go around, if they have longer hair, you'll get more of a wave. Her hair isn't super long, so I can only get it around about 3 times. And so I can't get it quite as tight. But I'll show you one more time with this section here. So I'm going to go in the middle here. I'm going to wrap it under and give it a twist. And then go under, twist, hold it, and then let it go. Now, another note is the way that I pin this side. So I can and I just follow roll down, roll down, roll down, and go back and forth. So you have the section that way you can take it out, you're not going to get a straight line. taken it all out, and you can see that this side has more of a traditional bouncy curl look, and this side are a little bit tighter and they're springing up. So I'm going to show you how to style these to achieve the different looks. So on this side, what I'm going to do is you can kind of finger comb through it a little bit to see how it's going to lay. I like to sort of see that because some people's hair is really, really bouncy and it's going to really spring up, and other people's hair is heavier and you won't need to do much but tousle it with your fingers. So for this one, I'm actually going to take a paddle brush and just going to brush through it all the way, just to get a softer look on her hair. And I'll probably back comb the top a little bit to give it a little bit of volume. But you can see how in this style, you're going to get a looser curl, you're going to get more of a relaxed feel, kind of like just a really simple soft look, which is really beautiful, and you can maybe just put a hair accessory in it and call it a day. So that is how this side is going to hang. Take her off so you can see. Alright, so this side you can see there's just really soft curls, simple. Her is pretty damaged at the bottom, but if her hair was healthier and she got regular haircuts, then maybe it would look nicer. But yeah, it's got a little bit of fullness in the top, and it's curly at the bottom, and it's just a really soft, easy look. Now this side is a little bit different. So what we're going to do is with each section, actually I would usually take these out one section at a time so I can work each section. But all we're going to do is take a wide tooth comb, and you're going to comb through it and let it spring back up. So each section, I'm softly combing through it, just pulling and then letting it bounce back up. Okay? Taking this section, combing through it with a wide tooth comb, and letting it bounce back up like that. And if you want them to be a lot tighter, you can use a really wide tooth comb so you don't break up the curl much at all. I'm using kind of a medium tooth. Let's see here. Next section, we'll pull it out, soft, and then finish with the top. If you want a little volume, you can back comb the roots a little bit and just lay the curls over the top. So whenever you do that twisting technique on the curling iron, you are going to get more of a wave style than you are a big curl. And if you comb it out like this, then you can get kind of a softer wave, kind of that old Hollywood look, a little bit more 40s. And you can actually kind of make them all come together too. So you can see this is a little bit more of that glamour wave that people like to see. A lot of people like that vintage look in the front where you get that big wave there. The other thing you can do here is if you want them to be more uniform, you can pull them together and kind of back comb them together like this. So you take a big section and you back comb underneath it. So, for example, take a big section like this. I'm going to pull through and just back comb really gently. And it kind of keeps the formation of that big wave, but it all stays together. And then you have a little bit of that Hollywood look. So you can see how they look really different, but both really beautiful in their own way. So this is the more softer traditional curls, and then this one is definitely more of a wave, more of a vintage look, which is also really pretty. So give it a try on your next person, and if you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments below. If you like these videos, please subscribe, and I'd love to hear from you, or if there's any tutorials that you're interested in. Otherwise, head to the Updo Collective, where I have a free 5-day course on starting your own bridal business, as well as some other great information. So thanks for joining me, and we'll see you next time.